Hello, all of you. As part of our 3H life skills, we're going to talk about speed subtraction today. I think from our childhood, right, many of us have always felt that addition is simpler, but we were always a little worried about how do we do subtraction. So today's session is going to focus on subtraction. So, by way of an introduction, my name is Vinod Karthik. I absolutely love mathematics. I've always loved maths through my childhood. Even during my school days, I've won a silver medal at the Math Olympiad, have graduated from IIT Madras and Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. And I felt that a lot of things which led me to success academically revolved around knowing some simple tricks of mathematics and so on. I just wanted to share the same with you. I'm sure that you will also benefit from the same. Okay, so as I mentioned in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how do we do subtraction. We want to do this mentally, and at the same time we want to be really quick in doing it. So we're going to look at innovative ways of doing subtraction. Let's take a question like this, right? Something like 739,82572 minus 4788. Wow, that looks really confusing, right? But believe me, at the end of this video, you will be able to do all such subtractions very, very quickly. And the best part of it is, you'll be able to do it literally mentally. Wow, sounds exciting, isn't it? Let's absolutely get started. You know, in school days, we all learned subtraction, right? Where we were taught about the concept of borrowing in case we had to subtract a larger number from a smaller number. So normally for the question that was given, this is how we would have approached it. The final answer that we would be left with is a very humongous number. But of course, by the time we end up doing this, you might feel that, oh God, this is such a tiresome process. You might literally end up falling asleep. So let's take a quick look at, how we could have improved on what we did. So I learned this new technique of subtraction very practically from a vegetable vendor. So I remember that as a school student, I would go and help my mom to buy vegetables, and I would find out that this one vegetable vendor was there. He used to speak in Hindi, and he would literally do these calculations very quickly. So I used to pride myself in my speed of mental math. So I would think, I'm going to go and see who's faster. And you won't believe it. Invariably, this vegetable vendor who never went to school would actually beat me in his speed of doing subtractions, right? So one such example was when I went and bought some, vegetables like lady's finger and cabbage and cauliflower and all that, right? So it turned out to be a total of 63 rupees, and I gave him 100 rupees. And I tried observing what he did, right? So this is what this vegetable vendor Ramu actually did, right? So he said, sir, your amount is 63, 7 rupees 70, 30 rupees 100. And he kept 7 rupees coins as soon as he said 7 rupees, and then said 70. And then he said 30 rupees 100, and he kept that 30 again. And in effect, he gave me 7 plus 30, which was 37. I was just curious. Wow, this makes a lot of sense. What is this guy trying to do? He's trying to round up and reach the nearest zero quickly, right? Which is what he was trying to do. Well, I tried and put some structure I had learned. And when I went back, what I did is I looked at the number line, and wow, immediately all that he said, all that this person who had never been to school made so much sense, right? What he was doing is, he said, first I want to reach from 63 to 70, because for me to go from 70 to 100 is really simple. From 63 to 70, it is 7 steps. I need to jump 7 steps. From 70 to 100, I need to jump 30 steps. Therefore, the number of steps that I've jumped from 63 to 100 is 37 steps. And this was such a creative and great way of looking at it, right? Normally in school, what we would do is we would look at the larger number and start from there. But here was Ramu, an unschooled guy, who said, I don't know subtraction. I will look at it as reverse addition, And what he said is, I will start with the smaller number and look at how many steps I need to take to move from the smaller number to the larger number. I got another demonstration of the same at our bookstore, where we had to buy some books and toys and all that, right? So we went there, and I remember that we bought books worth 579, and my father gave 1,000 rupees there. This guy at the bookstore, right, he did the same calculation there for all the books and toys that we had bought. He again did the same thing. He started off with 579 and then said, I will reach 580. And he kept 1 rupee. Then he said 580 to 600, he kept 20 rupees there. And then from 600 to 1000, he kept 400 rupees there. And hence, what he gave us was 421, right? And this again led me thinking that, wow, this guy has exactly used the same concept of the number line and of how many steps are needed to move from 579 to 1000. And that is the exact answer we're looking at. So let's apply this big concept we learned, right? Where we are saying that subtraction is the reverse of addition. Let's try and apply that. Let's take a number like, say, 530. If I give you 1000 minus 530, it's the same as saying that I want to move from 530 to 1000. How many steps do we need to take? So you would straight away say that from 530, I will first move to 600. That's 70 steps. And from 600, I will move to 1000, which is 400 steps. Hence, the answer is 470. If I had to move from, say, a number like 249 to 1000, which is nothing but 1000 minus 249, what you will do to use the process of Ramu or the process of the bookshop keeper is to move from 249 to first you will move to 250, which is one step. From 250 you will move to 300. That's another 50 steps. From 300 to 1000 is another 700 steps. If you observe, what we are trying to do is essentially to say that at every step I will try and hit the last digit of the end result. So what we did is from 249 I moved to 250. I got the 0 in place, which is what I have in 1000. The last digit is 0. 250 also last digit is 0. From 250 I move to 300 so that the last two digits 0 are met. And then I want to move from 300 to 1000, which is as good as moving from 3 to 10, which is 7 steps, or 300 to 1000 is actually 700 steps. By the same logic, 675 to 1000 would be 675 to 680, which is 5 steps. 680 to 700 is 20 steps. 700 to 1000 is 300 steps, right? So the answer is 325. 418 to 1000 would be 418 to 420, 420 to 500, 500 to 1000, right? So this turned out to be an amazing method for me to learn how to do quick subtraction. What do we do if numbers do not end in a 0 as they did in case of 1000? Well, the logic is absolutely the same. As we said, try and reach one digit at a time. So if I want to move from 39 to 375, I would say I move from 39 to a number which is higher than 39, which ends in 5. So 39 to 45, 45 to 75, because the last two digits should now match. And then from 75, I want to match all the three digits, which is 375, which is 300. Let's take another example which is slightly tougher. 4799 to 87635. Again, the same process. From 4799, I want to hit a number larger than 4799, which ends in 5, which is 4805. 6 steps there. From 4805, I want to end in a number which ends in 35, which is 4835. That's another 30 steps. I'm just writing 3 because it's already in the tens place. From 4835, I want to go to a number which ends in 635. That number is 5635. That's 800 steps. So I'm just writing 8 there since it's already in the hundreds place. From 5635, we move to 7635 because the last 4 digits of what we want are 7635. That's 2000 steps. We write 2 because it's in the thousands place. And from 7635 to move to 87,635, you're moving 8 80,000 steps. So you write 8. And your answer is 82836. Isn't that amazing? Let's do a little more of quick practice, right? So 757 minus 279. You would say I move from 279 to 287. 8 steps. 287 to 357 is 80 steps. 357 to 757 is 400 steps. So my answer would be 488. The same thing applies for, say, something like 97323 minus 558. 558 to 563 because I want to end in 3. 563 to 623 because I want to end in 23. 623 to 1323 because I want to end now in 323, last 3 digits same. Next I want to end in something which is 7323, which is 7323 itself. And then I move from 7323 to 97,323. And as you can see, at each step the answer is evident. So the net answer is 96765, 96,765. Okay, so we started off with this difficult problem and we said, oh my god, this sounds so confusing. Well, here we are, ready to take this final test. Are we good to go? Please apply the same method of reverse addition using the method that Ramu and that book shopkeeper taught us. And let's see how we do this quickly. Your time starts now. Awesome, students. I'm sure you really got this, right? I'm sure you got this. And well, here is the answer. And just in case you're not sure of the way we got this answer, well, here are the steps. From 4788 to 4792 because you want to end in 2, to 4872 to 5572 to 12572 to 82572. Then I want to move to 982572 and so on, so that we end up with the answer 739,77784 as the difference between the two numbers. Okay, that's amazing. You've actually learned how to do subtraction quickly. You've learned how to do that mentally, right? Literally, all you need is a pen and paper and you can actually write down the answers in a single line very quickly. By way of a quick recall, what did we do? Ramu taught us that you could use the concept of reverse of addition, that is subtraction. Instead of starting with the larger number, we start from the smaller number and look at how many steps we need to take to reach the larger number. As we do this, we move from right to left and our aim is to arrive at one digit at a time. And as we arrive one digit at a time, we write down the number of steps taken to reach there. As simple as that. Isn't that really cool? Hasn't that made your subtraction substantially better? Well, this is just one of the many videos that we have, right, as far as fun with math is concerned. I hope you really like this video and I hope you feel very comfortable with subtraction. In other videos in the same series, we will also talk about how to do a lot more mental math and very quick math, right? So do you feel really confused looking at multiplications like 997 into 994 or say 205 into 205? Or, what is the remainder when, say, a large number like 3888992 is multiplied by another very large number? And then what is the remainder when that product is divided by 1000? Can you believe it? You will be able to do all of this in hardly 3 to 5 seconds. Sounds super interesting, isn't it? Well, stay tuned, and we also look forward to ensuring that you learn math the fun way. See you soon.